Hi you guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back. So I'm going to be setting up my personal wide catch-all. This is in the Moterm. This is a Moterm vegetable tanned leather, and I believe it's apricot or honey. I do have an unboxing with all the details. So it is a beautiful like very like soft leather, and it has all the sort of like silver hardware and stuff like that, but I did change it to gold rings. So here is my setup now, and this is my catch-all for everything. So I use all of my household stuff in here, my notes, I have my calendars. I use this for social media as well as my daily sort of planning. I thought about separating it. I did at one point. I had a half letter, but I will be showing you all of the changes to my Q2 lineup, and that's the second quarter of the year, my lineup and the changes I've made. So I'm just going to go through what I have in here so far and how it's been working and do a kind of quick flip through. So we are in the third month, we are in March, and this so far has been my workhorse. So I have in here, I'm just going to change out a bit of the decor and show you like the inserts that I'm using in here. Okay, so I'm just going to start by pulling out some sheets, showing you what's in here, how it's been working, and what has not been working. So I normally just leave in this sheet here. It is just a vellum, and I pull all of my sort of decor from Pinterest. It just says Dior on it, and it's just a little notebook. And yeah, so you can always just pull, things from Pinterest, and I'll size them in Canva. And then also, if you want to purchase from some small shops on Etsy, there's some great items in here. I just have my calendar. So I think I'm going to pull out this one. And I have this Vogue one that I printed off, and it just has a coffee cup and some jewelry. And it's just very cozy, and it matches, sort of, a nice little tan on tan, color scheme there. So I always layer with, some cardstock. Next is my Q1 goals. I have not been very diligent with goal planning this year. Normally I'm pretty good at, coming up with all the goals and things that I want to accomplish, but I have been sort of very diligent on completing everything that my husband and I have kind of set out for the last couple of years. And I'm going to tell you, we're kind of smashing them right now, which I'm super happy about. And there's nothing really major on my mind that needs to be done going into, leaving Q1, but Q2 definitely, I want to buckle up, start with some new goals, and start to plan for that. So I'm just going to add in this Q2 behind this one, and I think there's some stuff that we did do that I will add to here so I can sort of reflect on them at the end of the year and then go through my Q1 review. So this is from Infinite Lotus, and then on the back it just says your accomplishments, your improvements, and some notes. So I'm definitely going to fill this out before I take this out of this agenda here and do that. So here is my inbox. It is from Cloth and Paper, and it's just one of their dividers that say inbox. That way I could put sticky notes on here, and whatever information I need to transfer into my actual agenda, I can do that and leave it here until I'm ready to do that. So I think I'm just going to take out all of February and retire this and put this up. And then I have in here that I'm working on still, and this is for the month of March. So I am definitely keeping up with decorating and writing everything in here that I need to. And I try to do it ahead of time so that way I can go back. So in here, I did start off strong with the workouts. I've kind of fell off going into February, but for March, I'm back on it. I just haven't tracked it in here. So I think this is a good way to look at things at a glance to see if things are working for you. So this is just a habit tracker from Rosie Papetree or Papetree, and it is just a recap, ways to improve, and then I did fill it out for the whole year. That way I'm not going to be like, oh, I need to fill this out and keep it that way. So here's another one from Infinite Lotus. It is a 30-day habit tracker. And I'm just kind of using this to I will be using it to fill out some other habits that I want to do. Like I wanted to do reading and all these things, and I just haven't made any time for it. So I definitely need to go and think of some habits that I want to consistently do, like reading, and, doing certain things, like maybe around the house that maybe I want to keep as a habit that will work in here. So I did kind of skip over here. So let's put in month 4. So these are Infinite Lotus trackers. I've explained before that I use an A5 and I shrink them down to, from an A5, I shrink it down to 82%. So that way I can use it in many different agendas sizes. And it is just, they're all printables. You could purchase them already printed. It doesn't work for me because if I move out of this size, I don't want to feel like I'm stuck with a whole bunch of inserts that I'm never going to use. So you could print it off each month, print it off for the whole year, whatever works for you. Definitely, I just did this in one day. Like, took me a little time to do, but it's definitely worth it just to kind of print it out. And then you have your month, and then at the back you have your important dates. So this is one insert I believe I purchased, and then you go back in, you could pick the style of whatever insert you want. So it just says the month 4, and I love that you can print out the stuff because it's not back to back. So what I mean is when I print this out, I can just print a month at a time. There's not other papers, like this won't say month 5 going into here, which I don't like about a lot of printables and agendas. So if you're a person who has a shop, definitely when you do this back to back, I've made that mistake where you basically print back to back, but then you don't have a break through it. So if you want to put in, say, only a month at a time, you can do that with these inserts. And then you have your monthlies. This is my favorite layout, which is basically you have 8 boxes, and this has been the style that's worked for me. When I first got my personal wide, I got my croc, it's not croc, my velvet, and I think it's in Stardust, and it was gifted, like I was gifted some inserts from Cloth and Paper, which really solidified this style for me. So I like to print out my own. I could have ordered like Cloth and Paper inserts, but it just wasn't for me like worth the money to buy it, and then if I change my mind, like I do a lot of the times, to have all those inserts and not use it. So I'm printing them off. I have it on a thicker cardstock, which Cloth and Paper does do or provide if you do not want to go through the process of printing. And then back here you have a notes section, which I love. So I'm just going to go here to my notes and lists. I'm going to take this one out. And I have another like pretty, I wanted to print it on actually a little thicker vellum because this vellum is a bit thin. This one is from Michaels. This thicker one is from Amazon, and just layer it. And then this section just has some home renos and projects I want to work on, and some other personal stuff that I'm not going to share. So I just have a packing list in here, and back here is some like photos and stuff. So what I think I'm going to do actually is just leave all the rest of the stuff in here. I do have some photos in there that I won't show, and then in here I just have some cards. So these cards I've put in probably all of my agendas, and it's just some positive affirmations in here, and then this little CC Chanel that I made, and this gratitude, because I think for me, having gratitude is the most important thing for me when it comes to, my blessings. So I have in here a friction 0.5. As I've always said, I love 0.38, but I haven't been able to find one that's erasable. So if you know a brand that carries a 0.38 that's erasable, that will fit in here, I lie. I do have one, but it doesn't have like a pen loop. So actually, I think it is a friction too. Let me just double check. I think I completely forgot about these that I have, but it doesn't have a pen loop. I don't know why they made it this way. I don't know why didn't make it like the rest of the friction pens. So I think I keep forgetting that I have these pens because it's sitting in like another like holder. So yeah, it is a Pilot friction that I purchased on Amazon, but 0.38. So, but I always just grab this one because it's in here. So even if you do have some other suggestions, Friction is a great brand. They work really well, but I'm always on the hunt for another good brand that, I can use. So I'm going to, maybe I should take out this front one because I've had this for a while. So let's do that. And let's put this one in here and completely switch it up to go with sort of my theme here. So that is it. I don't need to necessarily do another flip through, but I could do it kind of quickly. So, just keeping my calendar, keeping my schedules going, all of my note sections here. And that's it. So I'm not making too many big changes to my personal wide, and it's been working so far, and I'm super happy with this setup. And also, if you're interested, this is just a dual from Amazon. It's a dual tip, or maybe I purchased these on AliExpress, where you have the cushion, but you can purchase these on Amazon. Like, they have tons of packs like this, where it's dual tip, where basically when I do my workouts, stuff like that, to track my habits, I basically just dab this. So let me go in. So March, like in March, I did a workout and it was here. So I just poke it and then, add here. So, but all of these other ones, I completely forgot what days I did work out. So I probably will not put them in here because I wasn't keeping very good track of it, but definitely that day I remember. So that's all I do here. And then I didn't show you the other side. The other side is just a fine tip. So you could use this as like a highlighter or anything like that. Or you could even write with this too if you prefer markers to write with. So that is everything that I have here set up in my personal wide. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick change, and I will be showing you guys the rest of my setups for the month along with what the changes I've made and my Q2 sort of lineup. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for stopping by, and then I will see you guys on another video.